A lesson. The second story I have to tell you was my father loved to buy stock. He would buy stock the way I buy clothes. He managed his stock. He read the Wall Street Journal religiously. It was his Bible. He would take it everywhere with him. He always had the Wall Street Journal in his hand, no matter where he went. And he would manage his stock and buy his stock. And again, he would buy many, many stocks. He had a tremendous stock portfolio. This one, again, this took place in the 1980s. He was in his 70s at this time and still wheeling and dealing, buying stock every day and whatnot. So, however, this particular time, he was in Cooper Hospital. So we have to give a plug for Cooper. He used to be on the board at Cooper, so he was very loyal to Cooper. He was in the hospital. He had high blood pressure. He had diabetes. He had congestive heart failure. So he was in there for some tests. And back in the 80s, there wasn't much of outpatient. So when you were in the hospital, you were in there for 4 or 5 days. And he was. He was in there for 4 or 5 days. So sure enough, I go in as I did every day. And I went in this one day and I said, "You look kind of glum." I said, is everything okay? He said, "Well, I just got a phone call from my stockbroker." He said, "I got a margin call." And I said, "Oh, gee, that's a shame. You know, I do real estate. I don't do stocks." I said, "Well, it's not my problem. I'm thinking this." So he says, "Yeah, I got a margin call for $400,000. I went, "Oh, okay." The conversation, and he's looking gloomer and gloomer. And I said, "Gee, that's a shame." He says, "I need you to get me $400,000 by 4 o'clock today." I stood there dumbfounded. Again, I do real estate, okay? I don't do stock. Not knowing what to do, knowing that he's ill, he's got high blood pressure, he's got a heart condition. So I said to him, I said, "Are you on any medication or anything?" I said, "Anything that may create you to hallucinate or anything?" Well, he got more irritated. "No, I need $400,000 and I need it today." I said, "Oh, okay. I don't want to get you upset. I don't want to." So I stood there quietly and I just stood there and I thought, and I said, "Okay." So I looked at him. I said, "No problem. I'll get it done." Walked out in the hallway, said to myself, "Oh my God, what the hell am I going to do? I have no clue on what to do." But I didn't want to get him upset. So, again, back then we didn't have cell phones, so it's not like he could stand there and make a lot of phone calls. He's got my car, go to the office. Of course, I'm thinking the whole time. So I get in my office, think and I think, so I called his accountant. Called the accountant, Danny. Well, won't leave any last names, but Danny happened to be a director of Commerce Bank and also my father's accountant. So I called Danny. I said, "Danny," I said, "my father's in the hospital. He just got a margin call, da-da-da-da-da." I said, "Can you get me $400,000? He said, "No problem. I'll get you the paperwork." I said, "No, you don't understand. I need $400,000, line of credit, unsecured, by 4 o'clock today." He goes, "Oh." He said, again, this is back in the 80s. So he says, "Let me make a phone call. Let me call Vernon. Need I say more?" So about an hour later, Danny calls me back. He says to me, he says, "What's your father's account number?" I said, "Yes." Got me the $400,000, got it in my father's account by 4 o'clock that day. So I go back to the hospital. Now I'm all happy and perky, obviously, but go in and see my father. So he looks at me, he said, "Are we okay?" I said, "We're okay." He said, "Did you get it?" I said, "I got it." He said, "You did?" He says, "Where'd you get it?" I said, "Don't worry, you just rest." But that was Bill Rohrer, always testing me, but with every test that he gave me, I learned a lesson. So I just wanted to share some Bill Rohrer stories with you. Many of you in the room may have your own Bill Rohrer stories. And I have many more Bill Rohrer stories. So if you want to hear any more, you have to come back next year. At this time, I would like to introduce Jerry Schreiber, President and CEO of J&J Snack Foods from Pensacola, New Jersey. Jerry was our first recipient last year for the Business Leader Award. I am so honored and proud to have him here. He is very involved in the community. He loves animals. He's beyond animal friendly. He's animal rights, and he's also our neighbor from Mullica Hill. Jerry?
Thank you, Linda, and good evening, everybody. I was born in Bridgeton, New Jersey, not too far from here, and I spent part of my youth growing up in Atlantic City and spending some summers in a little suburb community called Vineland and Norma. And I can attest to the unbelievable development of this area under this administration and Dr. Hushman. I had occasion to be over here just about a week ago and visit the athletic department with Dr. Bartolozzi, and the intensity and the enthusiasm of I guess it's a Division III level school today, was unbelievable, was remarkable. And what's going on here at Rowan, not only from a business school, but throughout the community, the area, the athletic department, the administrative department, Dean Beatty, it is totally unbelievable that you wouldn't recognize it if you didn't know what was going on. My story is not quite as intense as Linda's. I've been very, very fortunate. I started a company some 42 years ago with 8 employees, and today we have 3,300 employees. We're a public company, and we sell our products, including soft pretzels and ices and beverages, all across the country. I believe in education, even though I ain't got none. And I make sure our employees indeed have the chance to get themselves educated, and including advanced education on behalf of me and the company that I am so privileged to serve. Tonight is very, very special. I got this award last year, and I'm not quite sure that I deserved it, and I'm not quite sure how I was nominated for the award. But what I am sure of tonight, if you know the name Rowan, if you know the name Rohrer, then you know the name Campbell. For that matter, if you know South Jersey, you know the name Campbell. If you need to do some research or read a book, go to the Keith and Shirley Campbell Library. Want to see the Board of Trustees? Keith Campbell will be there, interested in seeing how the Rohrer College of Business is helping a junior facility. Check out the work of the professor handling the John Campbell Professional Chair, funded by Keith's mother in honor of Keith's father. Or look at the younger generation, and there's Johnny Campbell, Keith's son, on the College of Business Advisory Board. The Campbells have had a powerful impact on the university and on this college. And it all started with Keith, an integral part of Rowan University family, and the man we honor tonight is the Business Leader of the Year for the Rohrer College of Business. It's my honor to tell you a little more about Keith, who I have the privilege of sitting at his table and listening to some of his growth and success. He is the fourth, that's number 4, generation of his family to lead International Flooring Company, Mannington Mills, headquartered nearby in Salem. The company has an outstanding record in business, a reputation as an innovator in floor coverings, and an environmental stewardship. Mannington's credo includes care, do the right thing, work hard, play hard, and control our own destiny. I don't need this damn book. Keith exemplifies that attitude. He works hard for his firm and hard for his community. He's a resident of Salem, New Jersey, and he invested a lot of time in that town. He chairs Stand Up for Salem and is also a member and former elder of the First Presbyterian Church of Salem. Keith also serves on the Board of Trustees of his alma mater, Muskingum College in Ohio, and on the Board of Directors of South Jersey Industries and the Board of Directors Advisory Committee of the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia. Quite a busy man. At Rowan, he was a member of the Board of Trustees from 1993 to 2005, and he is a past chairman of the board. He rejoined the board in 2012 and will serve until 2017. Additionally, he has been a member of the Rowan University Foundation Board from 1990 to 1993 and from 2007 to 2012. He is also a member of the Rohrer College of Business Advisory Board. It is my great pleasure and honor to introduce Keith Campbell.
Jerry, thank you very, very much.
Dean.
Right over there.
It took me.
This could be a Frisbee. Great. Thank you very much, Jerry. Well, thank you very much, everybody. I have some notes down here. Don't want you to think I'm tying my shoe or something like that. It is indeed an honor. I am humbled, honored, frankly, a little embarrassed, I guess. And I could say I'm speechless, but for those of you that know me, you know that that's totally impossible. You know, everything that has happened pretty much in my professional life has been around Mannington Mills. And whatever I have accomplished professionally, it is because of the leadership team and all 2,500 associates at Mannington. So an award for me is truly an award for the Mannington family. And I am very, very proud to be the fourth generation leader of a family-owned company. And in 2 years, we will be celebrating our 100th anniversary. And we are Salem County born and bred. When people say, what state are you from? I correct them. I say, I am from South Jersey. Thank you very much. I also am very, very grateful for Ed Graham and his team at South Jersey Industries. I've been on the board of South Jersey Industries more than a decade. What a fabulous South Jersey company, and we thank you very, very much, Ed, for putting up with me for more than a decade on your board. All of this would not be possible if I were not the best salesman in the world and married way over myself. And boy, did I marry way over myself. Without the strong support and love of my wife of over 33 years now, Shirley, thank you so, so much. And Shirley is my strongest supporter and my consoler when things don't quite work out the way that you think that they're gonna. We are so blessed to have 3 children and 3 grandchildren. Don't ask me which you think are better. grandchildren or children. I love my children, but grandchildren are so special. And tonight, our son John and his lovely wife Lauren, both Rowan graduates, both met on campus. John's an undergraduate of Rohrer College of Business and going to the MBA program now. And we are so proud of you both, and we love those two little grandchildren you have. Family businesses, as Linda was saying, they're different. And Jerry, they're different businesses, aren't they? And indeed, a lot of people think about family businesses, and there's generally, at some point in time, some turmoil amongst the shareholders. There can be some infighting and some jealousy. And for those of you not in a family-owned business, just think about Thanksgiving just before they serve the pumpkin pie, when you wish your uncle would shut up and leave, all right? That's in some ways the way that a family-owned business can be. And at Mannington, that is not the case. My father, who was an icon in our company, and my mother raised my three sisters, my three older sisters, as I like to remind them, and myself, that we knew the sacrifice that it takes from a family perspective in order to have a successful family corporation. And my sisters have been so supportive of me and my mother for giving me the support that I need in my part of the leadership role of Mannington. And indeed, as a family, we are rock solid behind our business. And due to that stance, we have weathered 100 years, nearly 100 years of highs and lows of the floor covering world. My decade